good this first time, so it's going to be well. Oh, yeah.
So are we just making predictions?
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Coach McCarthy. This is my man, Eli Hansford. We're going to talk to you guys about NFL Week 10 coming up. Eli, we had the game last night between the Bears and the Panthers. Did you get to take a chance to watch any of it?
No, I did not watch a single snap, good sir.
I think it came down to the very end. There was a field goal game. Who was our winner, do you remember? Was it the Panthers?
Bears ended up winning 16-13.
Bears pulled it out 16-13 with the field goal at the end of the game. All right, this week, come on, slide this way, get out of our graphic there. You're all right, you're all right. All right, as you can see, we got the Patriots. I got to back up. We got the Patriots and the Colts. What are you thinking, Eli, about today's game?
These two teams are playing in Germany, good sir, and
Frankfurt again, right?
Frankfurt, yes.
Game 2 in the Frankfurt series. Who do you like? You like the Patriots or the Colts? The Colts?
Patriots offense hasn't pleased me this season.
No, Mac Jones has not been what he thought he was. So you're going to go for the Colts there. Give us a point of who you think is going to win. The Colts. I'll tell you what, if they had their quarterback Richardson, it would definitely be going towards the Colts.
Maybe.
All right, game 3, the good game here for us. We got the Bengals versus the Texans.
Gonna have to go with Cincinnati.
Cincinnati on that one. I tell you what, C.J. Stroud.
C.J. Stroud, he looks like a monster, but I think Joe Burrow is gonna will his team the victory.
Joe Burrow looked pretty good moving around, folks. That calf looks okay. He looked pretty good. The offense looked good. Defense was playing well. C.J. Stroud looked really good for a young guy.
He set the record for passing yards in a game by a rookie. I don't know if you saw that, good sir.
I saw it. It was a good game. All right, next game on the docket. Go ahead and point them out there for us, Eli. We got the Vikings versus the Saints. Ooh, that's going to be a hard one. Cousins is out.
Yep, Cousins out for the year with that Achilles tear. I'm going to have to go with Derek Carr and the Saints. The offense has been clicking the past couple of games. I'm going to have to
They look pretty good.
Saints
all right, what'd you think about Joshua Dobbs playing for the Vikings?
Steelers taught him everything he knows.
Steelers taught him everything you know.
Everything he knows.
I think I'm going to have to go with the Saints as well on my pick. Where's that game at? Do you know?
Minnesota.
Is that that's at the Viking Dome. That might be a hard place to go and play, but I think the Saints are going to be able to pull it out. All right, talk to us. This next game is right up Eli's alley, folks. Eli is a diehard Steelers fan. Talk to us about this next game here with the Packers.
Well, Steelers offense has been very garbage, needless to say, but so is the Packers' first half offense.
Could be a battle of defenses. Is that what we're thinking?
It's going to be 6-3 going into the half. No touchdowns.
A low score, so we're going for the under on that one if you see that one come up?
Yep. Steelers are going to pull us out thanks to some stupid stuff happening toward the end of the game.
So you're going for the Steelers?
They're at home. Mike Tomlin is a really good coach.
He is. It's a hard place to go in and play up there at Heinz Field.
Yeah,
I hate to say it, but I think I'm going with the Packers on this one. I just can't root for the Steelers. I'm sure you can understand why.
I can understand that.
All right, talk to us there about the next game we got there on the bottom.
We got the Buccaneers, Titans playing in Tampa Bay.
Okay.
Will Levis has looked good his first couple of starts.
Really great.
He did.
He's got a strong arm. He can make all the throws out there on the field, I think. I think he's going to be a future star here in the NFL.
Well, we'll see if Derrick Henry can get going, if DeAndre Hopkins can get going.
And that was the big thing. He was able to find Hopkins for a couple nice deep balls. Got him involved in the game. I think we're going to see what Derrick Henry can do. With the Bucks, we've got Baker Mayfield back there still.
Baker Mayfield is still at the QB spot 1.
Mike Evans is a big target. You can't go wrong with throwing the ball to him a couple times. So who are you liking in the Titans versus the Buccaneers matchup there?
Pick, but I think I'm going to go with the Buccaneers here in this one.
The Buccaneers? Oh man, I got to go with I'm going with the Titans and Will Levis, the UK product.
I'm going with the upset.
Upset alert?
I just think Mike Evans is going to have a big day.
All right, let's talk about the one there on the bottom, folks. We got the 49ers against the Jaguars. What are you thinking?
Very interesting matchup.
Should be.
Both teams coming off of their bye week. I like the 49ers a bit more in this matchup, just simply because I trust their defense slightly more, and I think the offense can make plays when it needs to.
That defense is really good. They picked up Chase Young. That's a tandem out there on the edge. Him and Bosa, man. Every quarterback's nightmare is going to be them coming at him. Speaking of quarterbacks, down there in Jacksonville, I believe we still got Trevor Lawrence is doing some good things.
Trevor Lawrence still the QB1.
Etienne has done some really nice things in the backfield there. So I think that could be a good game. That might be one I might have to check out and watch. So what are you thinking there? The Niners?
I'm thinking Niners. I think they barely pulled out 23-20.
Going to be a close one. I agree. I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be a close game. Well, I'll tell you what, folks. Let's slide over here and let's look at the. I got to get back in the camera there.
We've got Cleveland. We've got Baltimore.
Baltimore
probably looking like one of the best teams in the league.
Yeah.
But I think I'm going to go with Cleveland to pull out an upset. This is the kind of game that Baltimore tends to lose.
Step over here on this side, folks. It's our first day doing this. We're still figuring it out. So you're going with the Browns?
I'm going with Cleveland.
You got the new Browns versus the old Browns, right? Because that's the old Browns. They moved to Baltimore. I'll tell you what, Baltimore's been playing really, really well. I think the quarterback's going to be back this week, if I'm not mistaken. Deshaun Watson's back and playing.
He was playing last week. He looked okay, but it was against the Cardinals defense.
So, yeah, you never know. Now, the Ravens definitely got Lamar Jackson. It's hard to root against Lamar Jackson. So, in this matchup, I think I'm going to have to go with the Brownies.
It's the number 1 defense against the number 2 defense.
It's going to be a low-scoring game.
Going with Cleveland.
Going with the Brownies on that one.
I'm hoping.
All right, and our next match later on, we got do my Vanna White here. We got the Atlanta Falcons versus the Arizona Cardinals. I don't know that this is going to be an offensive showout. Arizona's really been struggling with
but they have Kyler Murray back.
Oh, is he going to be back this week? So that would be interesting to see how they do and what the Cardinals can do with Kyler Murray back. He's definitely an explosive weapon and a guy that can do a lot of things. As for the Falcons, they've really been struggling. The local kid from UC, Desmond Ridder, things have not been going his way.
No, they benched him. They benched him last week. It was Taylor Heineke under center against the Vikings. He looked okay. He made a couple mistakes, but he kept the team in the game.
And I think that's what Heineke's going to give you. I don't know if he's, nothing against Tyler Heineke. I don't know if he's going to the Hall of Fame anytime soon.
I would say so.
And Ritter's just had some turnover battles, fumbles, and some interceptions and things there.
I'm going to go with Arizona, I'm going to go with Atlanta here. I simply trust them more.
Yeah.
Kyler's coming off that injury. Might show up.
I think I might be with you on that one. I think we're going to go with the Falcons here. I just don't know if Kyler Murray's going to be just quite ready for what's going to go on.
Can't count on that.
So I think these are going to be all of our afternoon games. We don't have the times for us, folks, but we have the Detroit Lions versus the San Diego Chargers. I tell you what, the Lions are playing good football this year.
They play in LA, but yes, they are in my heart, they are San Diego.
I tell you what, but the Lions have been playing really good football this year. Have you been keeping up with them?
I sure have.
I think they've only lost, 1-2 games this year?
They're 6-2.
6-2?
Coming off the bye week.
And that's
at home in front of that Detroit crowd. It's going to be electric.
I'll tell you what, that's more wins than the Lions had in a couple of the 90s years combined. It was a little rough there early on.
No kidding.
So Lions fans are really like, this actually might be a high-scoring game. The Chargers can definitely put some points on the board.
Chargers have a really bad defense, at least on paper. I know they're ranked pretty low.
We're thinking like a 42-35 type game here, some high scoring.
I'm going to go Lions.
Lions?
I'm going to go 38-35.
I'm with you on that one. I think it's going to be the Lions, and I think it is going to be a high scoring game.
I just don't trust Brandon Staley as the Chargers head coach.
A lot of offense in that one, folks. The next game, we got the Cowboys. You got Dak Prescott still doing okay. You got the Giants going to be starting an undrafted rookie.
Just lost Daniel Jones for the season.
Yeah, that's a hard hit.
ACL. Didn't play well up to that point. Cowboys defense looking elite right now.
Yeah, I think the Cowboys defense might be more than, I believe his name is DeVito. Is it Nick DeVito?
Tommy DeVito.
Tommy DeVito. I think the Cowboy defense might be a little bit much for DeVito. I think they're going to crank up some things that he probably hasn't quite seen in some time.
I'll have to agree with you on that. I think the Cowboys. This game shouldn't even be close.
I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be the Cowboys probably by a long stretch on that one.
Cowboys, I'll go 30-6.
I would say that's probably going to be pretty close. Our other late game on the afternoon, we've got the Washington Commanders. Still can't call them the Redskins no more. Versus the Seahawks. I like the Seahawks colors, man. That green and blue looks real nice.
See, I really am a big fan of their throwback uniforms.
Yeah, the old school ones, the silver and blue.
Those look really nice.
Those are nice when they play them. It looks like this game might be up in Seattle, so weather's always a factor up there. A little bit going to be damp.
The crowd is always a big thing.
The 12th man is always going to be out there.
I think Kenneth Walker is going to have a big day here.
Yes, I think
they just lost their pass rushers, Washington.
Yeah, that's going to.
Montez Sweat and Chase Young.
I don't think they're going to be able to put any pressure. Oh, Geno Smith's been having a pretty good season up here for the Seahawks.
He's been struggling a little bit. He really had a bad week last week. I don't know what went on there. Going up against the Ravens.
Yeah.
Did not play well.
So I'm with you. I'm thinking the Redskins, Commanders, they cut a lot of people on their defense. I think I'm going to have to go with the Seahawks on this one.
I'm going to have to go Seattle with a score of 27-13.
Okay, I like that one. Looks like going to be in the Sunday nightcap game, if I'm not mistaken. We got the Jets versus the Raiders. The Raiders coming off, got the new. Sorry, we're at school, folks. Everybody's going on that FFA field trip. All right, so we got the Raiders coming off the overhaul that they made. They looked pretty good last week. I don't know if we're going to see Jimmy G anymore at quarterback. And speaking of quarterbacks, old Zach Wilson doesn't look half bad
Zach
for the Jets.
Wilson, he's been
looking better.
Playing all right.
Looking better.
He's been a serviceable QB as of late.
I don't know if they're going to have enough offense, the Jets, to be able to put enough points on the board for the Raiders.
I think the Raiders now have a bit more
to play for.
I think they just look better without Josh McDaniels there. So I'm going to go Raiders.
The Raiders?
With a low score. I'm going to say 20 to 10.
20-10, low scoring game. I think I'm with you on that one.
I think O'Connell is going to have to rely on the running game there.
That might be the hitch.
Josh Jacobs might have a good day. Jets have a really good defense, but I think the Raiders are going to pull it out.
Now, like you said, I think the Raiders game here is going to depend a lot on what Josh Jacobs can do. If he can get going, I think the Jets are going to be in trouble. If they're going to have to rely on O'Connell to win it for him, I just don't know. Unproven rookie, that's a hard thing to look at. And then looks like in the Monday night game, if I'm not mistaken, we got the Buffalo Bills. Nobody circles the wagons like Buffalo versus the Broncos. At one point in time, this might have been a big game. The Broncos just not quite where they used to be, although they have kind of seen the turn it.
Russell Wilson, he's been having a good season, very underrated.
He's going to figure it out. They have been a little underrated up there.
He has 16 touchdown passes on the year. I don't know how well he'll be able to throw against that Buffalo defense.
Yeah, they got a defense up there.
Rasul Douglas.
Yep, they upgraded their defense up there in Buffalo. The thing about it is, I think Denver's used to playing in that cold weather, so climate probably won't be too much of an issue. So it'll be a good thing. I think I'm going to have to go with Josh Allen down there and the Buffalo Bills taking this one out. What do you think?
I simply trust Buffalo a bit more. I trust their offense. I think Josh Allen's going to have a big day. I think Buffalo's going to pull this one out 30-13.
All right, well, hey. This is Coach McCarthy. Thank you for joining us on OCHS Live. This is my man Eli Hansford. He's the NFL guy here that we got. So, hey, we'll see if his picks are right, and we'll see you on Monday.